Call our December 16th meeting of the Cookeville City Council to order. Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Womack.
Here.
Councilman Miller. Here. Mayor Shelton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Wheaton.
Here.
Councilman Walker. Here. 5 present.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite those that wish to do so to stand for the invocation given out by City Manager James Mills, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States flag.
Heavenly Father, we give you thanks, Lord. We give you thanks for your love, for your grace, and blessings, and for your mercy, Lord. As we enter this Christmas season, we pray that you can remember while we celebrate. That's the birth of your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord, we ask your continued blessing upon this city, this community. Give this council wisdom as they go through the items that they will need tonight, Lord. And again, we thank you for Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To consider approval of agenda as permitted or as presented. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All vote.
Votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 4A, consider resolution R211231, commending City Judge David Ledbetter for services rendered. I'd like to come up to the lectern, sir.
Yes.
Like you've told so many people over the past 42 years to come up. It's our turn now.
You're in my seat.
I guess it was yours before it was mine. So yes, yes, sir, I am. Thank you for keeping it warm. All right, so we'd like to read this resolution to honor you, David. Whereas David Ledbetter has served at the pleasure of 14 Cookeville City Council bodies in the appointment of city judge since 1979, a tenure that has spanned over 42 years of service to the citizens of Cookeville. And whereas Judge Ledbetter has announced his retirement in December of 2021, and whereas his service to the citizens of Cookeville has included not only his appointment with the city, but also his legal expertise with numerous economic development projects, the Cookeville-Putnam County Industrial Development Board, as well as his assistance with land purchase projects. And whereas it is fitting at the occasion of Judge Ledbetter's retirement to recognize and show great appreciation for his dedication to the community and his tireless work for the many projects he's had the privilege to see come to fruition over the years. Now therefore be resolved by the City Council of Cookeville, Tennessee, that on behalf of the citizens and employees of the city of Cookeville, deepest appreciation is hereby extended to David Ledbetter for his esteemed service, and best wishes at his retirement are hereby extended. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. And Mayor, you read that just like I wrote it, except you left out the word excellent.
Yes, please approach the bench.
Am I inconsistent? Thank you all. Thank you all. I know you folks.
Do you want to say anything?
I do.
Good.
I got my notes right here. This is everything I know. That's not it. That's George Buck's picture. George Gothard's picture. Seriously, you mentioned I've been here a few years, and I have seen a lot of councils come and go, mayors come and go, city managers come and go. And I appreciate the opportunity that I've had to serve the city and to be the city's judge. It's been a wonderful experience for me, and it's been great to have worked with all the people that have gone through in all these years. I've met so many people, and I'm not talking about just the councilmen and the mayors and the city managers and so on, everybody that works at the city. You know, one time or another, I've dealt with every department here. And everybody's always been as kind and helpful as they could be. And I know that the citizens of Cookeville who call in here every day and need to talk to somebody about their water or their electricity or whatever. I know that they get the same treatment that I have. And so for the citizens, I appreciate everything that you all do to make Cookeville a great place to live. I don't want to take the time to thank everybody here that has been a big part of helping me as a city judge. And I know being a city judge is kind of a weird job because no matter what you do, every time you come to work and you leave that day, half the people that you've seen hate you or they don't think you have any sense at all. The other half hopefully thinks you did the right thing. But it's always interesting to sort of see how that works out. But I appreciate you all, and I appreciate the opportunity to have served. And I hope that I've been able to do some good and keep the city's name and standard where it ought to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Council members, do you have anything you want to say? You might want to say anything? You don't have to, but you can if you want.
I'd like to say something real quick. I've known David, Mr. Judge Ledbetter a long time, and I really, it's an honor for me to be on this side, pushing the green button when we vote on this resolution. So
Absolutely.
thank you very much for all your service, and
Thank you.
And it's a true honor to sit here and always looked up to you for a long time in these matters. And so it's great to be here. It's great to have you as a judge for so many years.
And I would like to say something as well. Whenever I heard that you spent 42 years as our judge in the city of Cookeville, there are multiple council members up here right now that weren't born when you started to be the judge. That's a long time. So thank you very much for the service you've done over that time frame.
Yeah, I was going to point out, it's amazing they let you be judge at age 15. That's amazing. That's cool. But anyway, thank you, David. Judge Ledbetter, David Ledbetter, we appreciate your service and we appreciate everything you've done for the city. Motion on the resolution.
Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 4B, consider appointment of the city judge to a term expiring July 1, 2023. James Mills.
Mayor, council members, now that David's decided to retire, we still need a city judge. Joy Bug Goffrey currently serves as our special judge and serves when Judge Ledbetter has been absent. Ms. Goffrey's agreed to serve as judge for the unexpired term if appointed. It is my recommendation that we appoint Joy Bug Goffrey as our next city judge.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion is second. Any discussion from the council? All right. All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Now, Judge, would you please come to the lectern and be sworn in so you can officially be judge?
Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution and will obey the laws of the United States and the state of Tennessee, that you will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of Cookeville, and will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of city judge?
I do. Thank you very much. I appreciate being asked to serve in this capacity, and David Ledbetter's been my mentor in a lot of ways. We had 18 years of a great law practice together. I don't think I'll serve as long as he has. When I'm 100, which will happen in less than 42 years, I'll probably go to the house. So I'll do my best to try to keep things in the road and make you proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 4C, consider appointment to the Sewer Regulations Appeal Board. Ronnie Kelly.
Mayor and council, we have two members of our Sewer Regulation Appeals Board. Terms are expiring. Dave Allman and Daniel Ike. They've served 2 terms and are not eligible to serve another term without a break in their service. We've contacted Scott Nicholson, he's a civil engineer here in town, president of CES. He's agreed to fill one of the vacancies. James Robertson, president of Portland, has agreed to fill the other vacancy, and I would recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion for Mr. Nicholson and Mr. Robertson?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Under old business, 5A, consider approval of minutes of council meeting held on December 2nd. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Under the consent agenda, 6A, consider awarding bid for full services catered meal for father-daughter date night for leisure services. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote. Hey, David, excuse me, if you would stay, we'd love to have a picture with you afterwards. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, sorry, I was pushing it.
All votes correct.
Excuse
5 yes, motion carries.
you. Under new business 7A, consider resolution R 211232, authorizing submittal of a 2021 Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program application to the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Highway Management Agency, and committing the required matching funds of the grant if the grant is awarded. Chief Young.
Mayor and council, we're seeking your approval to apply for an AFG grant. The grant would be used to purchase 50 portable radios and 12 mobile radios. If awarded, the grant would be $53,974.12. It has a 10% match, which would be $5,397.41, and I would ask for your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And Chief Young, congratulations. I believe this is your first full week, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
7B, consider authorizing the city manager to enter into a lease agreement with Highlands Residential Services for a police department substation at 706A Pine Avenue. Chief Evans.
Mayor and council, this is as you stated, a lease agreement between Cookeville Police Department, Highland Residential Services. It is an agreement that's in effect the 1st of January through the December of 2022. It is just renewing a lease that we currently have, and we've had that lease for multiple years now. It's for the facility that we use at 706 Pine Avenue, where we do our Kids Matter and TNT programs and various other programs. Again, I would recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
7C, consider approval to purchase 7 Stalker dual K-band moving radar units from statewide contract. Chief Evans.
Mayor and council, as you stated, we've got 7 dual K-band moving radar units. They're $1,900 per unit. Total expenditure would be $13,300. It is budgeted in our THSO network coordinator grant, and THSO has approved that purchase as a qualifying purchase. It is from statewide contract 349. I'd recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
7D, consider approval to purchase 24 impaired simulation goggles and assorted equipment. Chief Evans.
Mayor and Council, as you stated, 24 fatal vision impaired simulation goggles. These are basically our goggles that we use in our DUI training for students and various other organizations. And we also were purchasing a fatal vision opioid program kit, and again, sword equipment, cleaning equipment, education material. The total cost of all of this is $10,891.14. It is purchased through our THSO Teen Safety Grant. It is a qualifying purchase approved by them. And is also Fatal Vision is a sole source provider. And I recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion from the council? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
7E, consider approval to purchase of 14 mobile communication terminals. Chief Evans.
Mayor and Council, we're wanting to replace these. Of course, we have probably 60 of these units in service. We do a life cycle replacement, so we try to do anywhere from 12 to 14 each year. We are cycling out our Fujitsu tablets, and we've tested and evaluated and chose Panasonic Toughbook. Complete system, which it'll include the docking station, the tablet, and some power cords, et cetera. The total, a complete system is $4,322.78. Total cost is $60,518.92. It is under a Sourcewell contract. It is budgeted $22,500 is from THSO alcohol safety grant, and the remainder of the $38,018.92 is in our capital budget. And I'd recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
7F, consider approval to purchase phone equipment for the new police department headquarters. Chief Evans.
Mayor and Council, as you know, as we increased our office space, we have a need to buy some phone equipment. We're going to use obviously the same vendor for the phone system that we have installed recently across the city. The vendor is Ideacom. We'll also purchase a Mitel switch, 15 telephones, the application server, licenses, conference phone for their conference room, of course, the support and shipping. It is a Sourcewell contract. We'll make this purchase out of our fixture, furniture, and equipment budget for our building, and the total cost is $10,808.40, and I'd recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions from the council? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 7G, consider awarding bid for 2022 water line project. Hey, Kelly.
Mayor and council, we have a water line replacement project in this year's budget. Put it out to bid. Little icons on the screen sort of gives you an idea where it is. It's in the older part of town where we have galvanized and cast iron water lines. They're spread out. Most of it's a lot of in the older part of Cookeville. We usually budget a project every year. This is this year's 222 project. We had Maple Construction was the low bidder, $1,197,257.50. Our staff engineers reviewed the process. We only had one bidder, looked at previous work and pricing, and with escalating prices, felt like it was a bid that we could accept. So I'd recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion second. Any discussion? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 7H, consider authorizing city manager enter into an engineering contract amendment number 3, Little Creek Pump Station Design Project. Ron Kelly.
Mayor and council, I'm seeking this authorization for the city manager to enter into engineering contract amendment number 3 on the Little Creek Pump Station project. The project ran over by 115 days, which necessitated the engineer performing additional engineering services for that project. The total cost on that additional engineering work is $19,309.25. Contractor has subtracted that from his final pay estimate, which will keep our ratepayers whole, not recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion second. Any questions or comments from the council? All vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
That concludes our agenda. Do we have anyone that would like to address the council on non-agenda items? Council members, anybody have anything? Yes, sir. Councilwoman.
I'd like to talk about two things. The first is I want to thank the city manager and the Cookeville Electric Department for sending teams to Bowling Green. My niece texted me that our power was back on because teams from Georgia and Cookeville were there in the neighborhood restoring power. So I want to thank the city of Cookeville for helping restore power to Bowling Green. The other thing is I'd like to commend Don Prince and the fire department and the police department and leisure services for the donation and transfer of the caboose, the L&N caboose. I had an enjoyable morning Monday sitting there watching them attach the straps and picking up this massive caboose and putting it on a lowboy and getting it down to it. I went down to Baxter Tuesday to see it in its new location, and it looks good there next to the depot in Baxter. So those two things I'm very happy about for the city of Cookeville.
Council.
Along with that, one of the aldermen from Baxter called and thanked the city for allowing them to have that. And thank you very much, Mr. Prince, for facilitating that.
Anybody else?
I'd just like to wish everybody a magical Christmas and a joyous new year, and just enjoyed some time coming up in the holidays, and hopefully you're able to get out and see people. I know much of us didn't get to do that last Christmas. And, so I'm just excited that things are seeming a little more normal, and we got a nice Christmas season coming up.
Well, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year.